Hey, everybody. Hello. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing?
You guys, my parents are coming for Thanksgiving. I was just telling Daisy how excited I am about the birds coming for Thanksgiving.
It's good
So
stuff right
excited.
there. That is good
Yeah,
stuff. God,
I'm
I
very,
can't
very
wait.
excited.
You guys, I have my pumpkins out. I already have all my stuff out. This is the gateway to Christmas, is
You
what it
do
is.
not
I
have
do.
pumpkins out.
Oh, yeah. I have all my Halloween stuff
Ah,
out. All my
jeez.
Halloween stuff is out. That means that like we're 2 seconds away from Christmas, you guys. It's happening. I don't decorate for Thanksgiving. I decorate for Halloween, and then on November the 1st, it's Christmas. That's what happens all up in here.
All up in there.
Mhm. That's
That's
right.
crazy. That is
It's
crazy.
great. It's right. Guilty. Mhm.
You guys, we're going to kick off today's show with another episode of
With your face.
Don't do it.
I actually don't know if this one is legit or not. Okay. So
We're just
I'm
going
gonna
with it.
need I'm gonna need audience participation on this one
Okay.
because yesterday was like the MTV Music Award,
The
some music
VMAs.
award.
The VMAs.
Yes, VMAs, Video Music Awards. And I guess people were freaking out over Jessica Simpson's face. And I also am freaked out by her face, but admittedly have been since she was born, essentially. So there's always been something a little weird about her face. Not that she's
Yeah.
not attractive.
Right.
It's just that there's something unusual about it. So you guys will be the judge. Here is just a reminder of what she looked like years ago when she married
Right.
her first husband, Nick Lachey.
Mhm.
So that was Jessica back in the day.
Mhm.
And then here's a reminder of what she looked like when she married her second husband, Eric Johnson. It's pretty
Okay.
much the same, right? I
Right.
mean,
She looks
like,
the same. Yeah.
okay. So now here is a side by side of like a before and then yesterday. And people are freaking out. And I feel like they probably have a
What?
right to freak out because there's something very
What is
different
happening? What?
about her face.
Okay. The It's so funny because when you look on, I think it was it Instagram I was looking at yesterday, and then people were looking at how she was styled, and they were like, "Slay, girl, slay. You look so good, slay." And I
Yeah.
was like, it
Oh, they
doesn't
thought
even.
she slayed.
Oh, they thought she slayed. It doesn't really look like her. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what causes that. I don't know. She does look different.
Let's look at a few other examples.
Yeah, I
There's
don't know.
clearly something
There's something
that
happening
has
there.
been done
Yeah, I don't.
to her face.
You're right, Darren. Everybody is starting to look the same. It's like they all are morphing into the same person.
She's starting to look like that weird thing on Mr. Rogers. That like
Yes.
puppet, that scary puppet.
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
Oh,
The
I know
scary
you're talking
puppet?
about because I used to have nightmares about that thing.
Same.
Oh my
Same.
God. Why did they do that to children? It was mean. So
Don't
mean.
know.
Yes. You know what I'm talking about?
But
Yeah.
there's
just
something going on there, you
don't
guys.
F with
Something
your
is going
face, man.
on.
There's some
This is
implants
why
or
we
something.
say it.
With
Your
your
face.
face.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just don't.
Don't.
Yes,
Definitely.
Madam the Puppet, Lady Elaine.
Adam, yes.
She
So
was
weird.
horrible.
Miss Elaine. That was craziness, you guys. So scary. Definitely check out our socials though. chicksontheright.com/links to it.
They're not scary.
They're not scary at all. They're a lot of fun.
All right. Yes, Elaine. What was it? Elaine Fairchild? Lady Elaine Fairchild. She was terrifying to me.
She was.
Terrifying.
And it's a lot of these women look like Lady Elaine Fairchild now.
Don't F with your face, you guys. Here's the thing, because I think what starts to happen is that women, and we'll have another example of this later in the show, where maybe you do like a little thing. I don't know what that little thing is. Maybe you do your lips, or maybe you do like maybe you do the Botox, and then you think, okay, well, that was fine.
Mhm.
And nobody really said anything or noticed
Right.
anything. So I'll just
Mhm.
add a little bit more. And then before you know it, you're not recognizing how different you look in the mirror. And there's
Right.
another example of that we'll show later in the show. In fact, I may not even say anything, and I'm just going to see if people bring it up themselves, including
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's
Um,
like the Courtney Cox effect. She did that.
yeah,
And then she had to have
where,
everything dissolved, which I don't even understand
yes,
how you dissolve all of that stuff. I don't understand it.
I just feel like if you
Right.
don't do it to begin with, you're going to be fine.
Right.
You're going to be
Mhm.
fine. All right, let's get into some news and some stuff. Obviously, there's still a big push by the Trump administration to send reinforcements, law enforcement reinforcements to various cities, namely Chicago, to help out with the rampant crime issue. Megyn Kelly takes exception to this, doesn't want Trump to do this, doesn't think he has the legal authority to do it. And here is what she said about it.
Just send them into random cities in support of just fighting crime. Like that, you really can't do without the invitation of a governor. So we're heading for an uncomfortable showdown with Governor Pritzker. We can't have Trump going in without the invitation of this governor. I'm sorry, but we can't have it. He does not have the constitutional permission to do it. It very clearly is not constitutionally permissible. He cannot do it. I really hope he doesn't do it because I don't want a world in which I'm siding with Governor Pritzker over President Trump. But I will if he does it because he can't do it legally.
It's
I
going to be
feel like he's going to figure out a way.
Yeah, I feel like he is too, because he wants people to be safe. But there are people in Chicago who are like, we want the National Guard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't, and it's also irritating that, Prickster is only saying no to the National Guard because he hates Trump so much. You know what I
Right.
mean? He's only saying no to Trump and Trump's help and the national help because he hates Trump so much. Like, you're doing that over the safety of your people. Come on, don't be such a jerk.
Right.
Just-
I mean, that's just it, right? That
It's
he
so frustrating.
hates Trump more than he cares about his own
people.
constituents.
I know. It just sucks. It sucks.
It's ridiculous. And then there's Democrats like Ellie Mistal, that Q-tip guy,
Yeah.
who is just so, he's just lying about what extra help from a law enforcement perspective will actually accomplish. So we've seen the results in DC. I mean, we've seen, what was it, like an 86% drop off in carjackings, for example, just because there's added people who are, looking around and checking stuff out and making sure things are okay. And yet this clown is trying to tell you and wants you to believe that additional police presence does not actually stop crime. Here's Ellie.
The police are not there to prevent crime. Police do not prevent crime. At best, they catch criminals after the fact. And that's great. That's necessary. Yay, right? But if what you're actually saying is that you're worried about crime prevention, putting more police on the streets does nothing to help crime prevention, to achieve crime prevention.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
It's absolute nonsense what he's saying. Like, you're a complete loon to say that. Of course it helps.
Of course it helps.
The data shows that it helps. Them being there helps. That he's out of his mind.
Ask yourself if there is a storefront that has a police officer in front of it compared to one that doesn't, which one is more likely to be a target of crime?
Right.
Of course the police presence helps. I don't even understand like how anybody could say something that dumb.
Yeah.
But he did.
He's a Democrat. Yeah, he's just going to say the things. He's going to say the things and he's going to hope that people just believe him. Just believe the stuff that's spewing out of my face.
I mean, that's MSNBC for you guys. And that's what, some hardcore drugs will have you believe. By the way, speaking of drugs, where you should get yours is allfamilypharmacy.com.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because they won't say no. They'll say yes to all the things. You know what I mean? You can't get prescriptions for like affordable off-patent stuff. You can go to All Family Pharmacy, if insurance won't cover some of the stuff that you have, you can go to All Family Pharmacy, because they are patient first. They're independent. They will connect you with licensed U.S. doctors who approve prescriptions online. They'll do it fast. They'll do it legally. There is no gatekeeping. There's no insurance middleman. There's no red tape, which I love because ain't nobody got time for all of that. So they have affordable, hard to access medications like ivermectin. They have mebendazole, which I always have a hard time saying. They have hydroxychloroquine. They have antibiotics. They have a lot of the drugs that you're probably already taking. They have them. So you can just bundle it and get them all together. They have NAD. They have methylene blue. You can order online in minutes and they will ship it straight to your door, which is really great. You can get yourself one of those emergency kits. It's a great thing to have in your stockpile because we have one in our pantry. It's just a peace of mind thing. It's really nice to have those. You can go to allfamilypharmacy.com, check it out. Check out all the things they have. allfamilypharmacy.com/chicks. Use code chicks10 to order today. It's your health, you guys. Your choice. No more no's. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/chicks. Code chicks. Do it.
Going back to Trump, he tweeted a bit of a warning, I guess you could call this, yesterday. And if you want to read it, this seems strong to me.
Everyone wants the hostages home. Everyone wants this war to end. The Israelis have accepted my terms. It is time for Hamas to accept as well. I've warned Hamas about the consequences of not accepting. This is my last warning. There will not be another one. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump,
What?
President of the United States of America.
What does that mean?
I think
that
he's
mean?
he's sick and tired of their shit. That's what that means. He's like the dad who's like, I've been waiting, I've been asking nicely for you to do XYZ,
Mhm.
and now I'm sick of being nice.
Yeah,
think
but I
that's-
just wonder what that means for us, for the United States, or if he's just saying on behalf of Israel, there's a shitstorm coming and you're about to catch it. So this is your last warning. You know what I mean?
I'm okay with the shitstorm coming. What
Yeah,
about
as long
you?
as it's not coming from us. I'm good with that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Mhm.
I don't know what he means by this is the last
I mean, the
warning.
fact that they still have hostages.
It's insane.
Right. And then we have people actually in the United States saying that this isn't a terrorist organization. It's like,
My God.
okay.
Crazy.
We
Absolutely
have
crazy.
conservatives saying that. Okay.
So Trump has never been a fan of Yamiche Alcindor, who I think is an MSNBC person. She's a reporter who he has tangled with many, many times in the past, and this weekend was no exception. She wanted to ask about his intentions with sending more reinforcements to Chicago, and he did not appreciate the tone of her question, and he put her in her place.
That's fake news. When you say that, darling, that's fake news.
Well, why would
I
you
don't
the
go to
Department
war.
of Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
Oh, damn, he told her to be quiet. Oh,
I mean, she probably deserved it.
yikes.
Like maybe just take a beat and listen and not just run your mouth, That would be nice.
So naturally, there was a woman on MSNBC who said that his treatment of
Oh, okay.
Yamiche was
Racist.
racist.
It was racist. That's right. Of course. We should have known that was coming, right? Okay.
Right.
That is not the president's first time speaking to Yamiche that way.
Because she's always
and as a
awful.
black woman, a black reporter,
Oh, okay.
I think, I mean, not just us, but I know certainly we heard what we heard there of just calling her second rate.
Yeah.
Yamiche is incredible.
Yeah.
Dogged reporter who has done amazing work out of that White House. There's just a
Never heard
pattern
of
out
her.
of this White House of speaking to reporters of color in such a nasty and condescending way.
I've never heard of her, so I don't know what kind of remarkable work she's done. I've never heard of her. Have you? You probably.
Yeah,
maybe you have.
we've made fun of her before on this very show.
She's never been that remarkable that I've actually like put it in a file in my brain and remembered it. So she's that remarkable to me. But for them to pull the race card, yawn. I mean, I know,
right?
They have overused that to the point where it means nothing now. So congratulations, liberals. We don't give a crap. We don't care.
I wonder if they think that when they say something like that, there's going to be people on the right or at all who think, yeah,
that's racist.
Was racist. Everyone at this point, we all just roll our eyes.
We do.
That is the reaction. That's the default now.
And it's their fault.
Totally.
Because they've overplayed that card. They have done it to the point where it's like nothing, everything is racist to them, so nothing is. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks for completely diluting the meaning of that word and so many others. White supremacy, all the things. They mean nothing anymore.
Nothing.
Let's switch gears to some good stuff like Scott Bessent, who was on with, what's her name? Kristen Welker, over the weekend. And he's always so just charmingly polite but firm in his responses to her ridiculous questions. We've just got a couple clips. One is where she's talking to him about jobs that were created and who they went to. And he put her in her place when it comes to the jobs that Biden created for illegals, essentially. Here is Scott Bessent.
What we are seeing is the jobs that are being created are going to either native-born or legal Americans. Most of the jobs created under the Biden administration, they went to illegal aliens.
Well, and I think that there would be a lot of debate over the fact that they went to illegal aliens, but let's keep moving.
No. That's the fact.
Okay, let's keep moving.
He's like, you want to debate?
I love his manner.
He's like, no, you want to debate about it? Let's do that. Okay.
I just love him so much. I just love him.
Again, he's the guy that you want at that table, like the dream table of people that you want at your dream dinner table. I'd love to have him there. He would be delightful.
She also asked him about Jerome Powell and a potential interest rate reduction. And he also gave her a little bit of a lesson about how interest rates are changed. Here again is Scott Bessent.
Bottom line, Mr. Secretary, will the Fed chair set interest rates or will President Trump?
The Fed chair doesn't set interest rates. The FOMC sets interest rates. So it is a board.
Should President Trump have a say?
And the President Trump is going to make his views known, just like President Biden did. President Biden in the State of the Union, his last State of the Union, said he thought there was going to be an interest rate cut. Senator Warren called for a 75 basis interest rate cut this year.
I love when he's like, all of this is normal. This is what presidents do. They say what they want.
Yeah. Like, quit being hysterical, lady.
Right. Exactly. I mean, it's all, if Trump does it, then there's something inherently wrong with it, even if it's been done time and time and time and time again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so ridiculous. Scott Jennings, our BFF, was on a panel being asked about leadership of the Democrats. Like, who is the leader of the Democrats right now? What is it that they stand for? And I thought his answer was just absolutely perfect. He says that who is leading Democrats right now is actually Trump.
Well, I mean, for the foreseeable future, the person who's running the Democratic Party now is going to be running it. That's Donald Trump. I mean, the only thing they know how to do is be against whatever he is for. And so there is no leader of the party except for Trump. The beating heart of the Democratic Party is if Trump is for it, we're against it, and you throw a little socialism on the side. That's basically how they work.
All right, thanks. Want to know? I know.
I love how he looks directly at the camera. He's like, that's right. That's right.
He Jim Halperts it every time now. And I
love it. It's so great. And he is 100% spot on with that. They have no direction except for, I mean, this is so true. It's always the opposite of what are they going to do in 2028?
I don't know, because Trump is not running. I know they like to pretend and freak out that he's going to try to run a third term, but he's not running.
I know. So, at the very last minute, he's going to be like, listen, all of us, like all of the people on the right knew that he wasn't running. And he's going to be like, psych, I'm really not running, you guys. I know you guys thought I was with the 2028 hats, but I'm really not running, you dumbasses. God, we've been trolling you the whole time.
Right.
Hello.
Right.
My gosh.
It's just so absolutely ridiculous. And to think that like the de facto leader of the Democrats right now, I guess, is Hakeem Jeffries. That's pathetic.
And Gavin.
Yeah. And Gavin.
Robot hands man. Jazz hands.
Yeah. We've got a new example of that to play that is just, what, isn't there a disorder that you see the prescription
Tourette's?
ads? Not Tourette's, but there's like a movement disorder where people have involuntary, uncontrollable movements.
Like,
I'm starting to wonder if he has it.
Some tardive kinesis or something.
Yes.
Tardive kinesis or something.
Tardive dyskinesia or something like that.
Yeah, or you guys can tell us. I think he has that, or it's just straight up cocaine. It's that. It could be that too.
Possible.
Right? Cocaine, you guys.
And listen, I am concerned, and perhaps there are other concerned women out there.
That was a really good. I like that. That was good. The way that you did that. I actually
Thanks.
Yeah, it was good. So you guys, Concerned Women for America is, in fact, I have a bunch of information about them and they're gone. Hold on. All my information about Concerned Women for America is now gone. And I don't know what happened to it.
Well, it's okay.
There it is. I got it. No, I got it right here. I got it. We've been talking about them for a couple months now. They've been one of our sponsors, but they're the nation's largest public policy Christians women organization. They've been around for 45 years, since I was a wee tot, you guys. For $20 or more, if you just give them a little donation of $20 or more, you can get a copy of their book. It's written by the CEO and president. And I think that like one of the relatives of the CEO and president is one of our people, like one of our insiders or something. She was out here. Penny Nance is her name. She wrote a book called A Woman's Guide, 7 Rules for Success in Business and Life. You can go to concernedwomen.org/chicks to get the book. It's a great book for, like yourself, if you want to keep it, or a friend or a family member. But they focus on 7 core issues, all the stuff that we are concerned about, like family and sanctity of life and religion and national sovereignty and Israel, things like that. But then they'll also train you to be a grassroots leader. So if you don't know how to write letters to your elected officials, or you just want a template, you don't want to go through the rigmarole of trying to come up with it yourself, they will help you and they'll say, here's a template. I'll help you do this. And you can send it to them, whatever. So they will help you do that. They have collegiate chapters. They have outreach for moms and mature women like us. They're multi-generational, and they're all about helping conservative women basically get more involved, because I know a lot of you out there are super interested in politics. Obviously, you're here every single day, but you just may not know how to take that next step into getting involved locally or regionally, and they will help you do that. So you can donate $20 just to get the book. It's a really great gift, a great thing for yourself. Go to concernedwomen.org/chicks. That's concernedwomen.org/chicks. Get more involved, you guys. Do it. They will help you do it.
Yeah, we need all the help that we can get going into the midterms and going into special elections.
Totally.
Don't forget about elections this November, as Scott Pressler reminded us last week.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that.
Yeah, I think there is some reason to worry, because this is when we're all like, Trump's awesome, we're just going to kick back. Well, there's other stuff going on besides Trump.
Right.
Politics is local. We got to remember what's going on locally. And if you're in New York City, I know for sure that you know what's going on locally. And that is Zohran Mamdani, who was asked by Abby Phillip about the fact, and I got to give her credit for asking this question, I guess. She gets no points for just allowing him to not answer it, but at least she initially asked the question about how much he, as an American, has benefited from the very system that he is constantly ripping on, capitalism. She asks him about that, and he dances. There is no answer that I can hear in this. Perhaps your mileage will vary. Here's what he said.
The United States, you have benefited from this country. This is what your critics say, but you don't support the system, the economic system that perhaps you benefited from. Is that right?
I love this country. And I'm also a New Yorker who has loved this city. And one of the things that I love most about the city are its parks. And its parks and the Parks Department was founded by a socialist mayor of New York City, Fiorello LaGuardia. These are all parts of the same story. And the idea to simplify it as if a critique of capitalism is to be un-American, it speaks to a lack of understanding of the breadth of our history.
We just don't understand, you guys.
No, it's not. It's not. No, we didn't. You can simplify it. You can. We're a capitalist nation. We're not socialists. And so you can't, for him to simplify it into parks. I'm sorry. WTF is he talking about? I like the parks. And so it's okay for me to be a socialist and to run as a socialist mayor. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Like talk about talking in circles and skating on that answer. If you are following this guy, raise your hand and punch yourself in the face. Oh my God.
He is going to win. I think he is going to win.
Well, they get the government they
brace
deserve.
Yourself.
They get it.
That's exactly right.
Good luck
That's
with that,
exactly
New York,
right.
because it will fall. I mean, wow. That was an answer. I'm sorry, I didn't see that until right now. That was the first time I've seen that over the weekend. I was a little busy.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
Wow.
And, you know, there are still, like even Kathy Hochul was just asked over the weekend, I believe, if she is endorsing Mamdani, and she won't. There are several other prominent Democrats who will not give him a full-throated endorsement because he is like way to the left. He is Bernie left. You know what I mean?
What do you got?
And Bernie and AOC are stumping for him as hard as they can because they are all cut from the same cloth. And Bernie's getting impatient with the fact that there are other Democrats who are not supporting him. Here's what he said at an event for Zohran.
My understanding is you won that primary. Is that correct? My understanding is you are the Democratic Party candidate for mayor of the city of New York, correct? Now, apropos of that question, I find it hard to understand how the major Democratic leaders in New York State are not supporting the Democratic candidate.
I like to yell. Oh my God.
He does like to yell.
He really does, doesn't he? Yeah, I mean, it's just flat out communism. Bernie likes it. He's all about
loves it,
communism,
yeah.
right? Well, this is going to be very interesting, isn't it?
It is indeed. And then meanwhile, speaking of the, I guess, de facto leader of the Democrat Party, Hakeem Jeffries, he was asked by Jessica Tarlov, and in this clip, I don't know what event she's hosting, but she's like hosting some sort of talk with Hakeem Jeffries and that other guy that is the NYU professor who's on CNN a lot. I can't remember his name. You'll know him. And he doesn't speak in this clip anyway. But she is asking about what Democrats did wrong in the 2024 run up to the election, specifically about the border. And it's Hakeem, I don't know why it's so hard for him to just get words out of his mouth, but he's got those giant weird pauses and hand motions, and her fry is like so extra fried in this clip.
Extra fried. Yeah.
Extra
It's like
fried.
deep Southern fried in it.
Yeah, it's like crispy.
Crispy
It's
fried.
a crispy fry. So just brace your ears and get ready for some weird, again, maybe tart of dyskinesia with Hakeem Jeffries.
And I think it was one of the main reasons that we lost the 2024 election was that we let hundreds of millions of people stream across the border. So what is the Democratic plan to show people that we're serious about this problem?
Well, we definitely have to be clear that we believe that we should have a secure border. That's first and foremost. And I think we've repeatedly endeavored to make that clear throughout this Congress. We were slow to act as an administration and as a party on the southern border crisis. And it hurt us not simply with traditional Republican voters or swing voters, but in some segments of our own base communities and in communities of color, including right here in New York.
It's like he has to move his hands. Gavin does this. They have to move their hands to catch words and put them in their brain. You know what I mean? It's yeah, he may be landing an aircraft. I don't know. They all do this. It's a weird
I don't get
phenomenon,
it.
isn't it? It's that they
Yeah.
all do it. Yes, she was extra crispy fry.
Right?
Crispy.
Like when it
It's
first started, when I heard it, I don't even remember where I saw it first, probably on Twitter. But when I first heard it, I recoiled a little bit because it was so crispy.
offended by the crisp. Yeah, but they're like lamenting over that. Like they're trying to figure out why they lost. Well, we let a couple million over. No, you let like 20 million. 20 million, not just like a couple. It was like 20. Jess, that's
Should we be glad that they're finally getting that was a mistake?
Yeah, and it's not just not letting more people over. It's getting them the F out.
Right. They're stopping that at every turn.
You're stopping it. So, I mean, that's not helpful. These people are
not helpful.
Clueless.
Even liberal Democrat Alan Dershowitz has just kind of had it with Democrats. And now he is openly talking about rallying against Democrats in the midterms. Here's Alan.
I am now going to actively try to defeat the Democrats
Look at you
in
go.
the 2026 election. I don't want the Democrats to control the House of Representatives. I don't want the chairman of the various committees to be members of the squad in the House, to be senators like Senator Warren, Senator Murphy, Senator Sanders. These are people who are not good for America.
You know what?
Wow.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Right?
I swear.
It took you long enough.
Right. We've been doing this 17 years. You could have done that 17 years ago. I mean, aren't you Jewish? They don't like you.
And haven't.
Yeah.
Like ever.
I mean, you seem like kind of a smart man. I don't know. I feel like some of these really smart people are not so smart. It takes them a long time to go, hey, thumb up my butt. Maybe Democrats just aren't so good for some of these things. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They're terrible for America. Thank you for noticing, Alan.
Yeah. Thanks for
Great
noticing
job.
when everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I get so irritated when I see that
I
kind of
know.
stuff. I do.
I totally get it.
Screaming it forever. Okay.
So this next clip of Gavin Newsom, I actually don't know when it's from. It's kind of newly traveling around Twitter because the hands are so handsy. And so people are really starting to pick up on that. We've been talking about that for I don't even know how long, but now that people are starting to notice it and Trump is commenting on it, now videos from the past and recent are being highlighted specifically to show how crazy his hand motions are. And this one, you guys, it's the swaying and the hands, and it's just like his whole body is into what he is saying in the biggest way ever.
Right now, I feel strange. It's interesting. I've been on a journey like most people, feeling great, feeling stressed, feeling doubtful. The last 2 days, I don't know what it is. I think it's maybe the dust settling after Madison Square Garden. Seen how that went, like kind of a roller coaster.
What is he
the last few days, and I'm telling you, that Des Moines Register poll. I mean, I don't know. I don't expect Iowa necessarily
like,
going in the blue.
He's like ducking
column, but it says something to me that is of outsized importance potentially in terms of the outcome of this race. So I'm feeling honestly much better than I was even 24 hours ago. The last few days.
What do you think it's saying?
I think the biggest challenge for if I was Trump, the reason I wouldn't want to be Trump right now is since Dobbs, we've outperformed in every election significantly. And I'm talking about Colorado Springs, Jacksonville, Florida, special elections, not just the 2022. Number one. Number two, women, 55% of the vote in those swing states, which is significant.
Keep touching your nose.
And
that was
young
like
men,
the third time.
where Trump has put so much time and energy and sort of the bro culture, everything else, they don't vote at those numbers. And I think suburban women generally, and I think it's reflected perhaps in that poll.
That is not normal.
No, it's not normal.
It's freaking weird how much he moves around. Like that's just
he's
super
moving
weird.
and he's like touching his nose. Just putting that out there.
Again, There is a prescription for that. I'm just saying. Like he needs to take care of that because that is not normal. It is not normal.
I mean, it's either there's a prescription for it or he's on a prescription of something.
Or maybe it's
happening
not
there.
a prescription. Maybe
Right.
it's illicit.
Something's happening there. Yeah.
You guys, have you seen Sketch yet? Because
You
if
need
you
to see it.
haven't, it's so cute. It's such a cute little movie.
It
from
really
Angel
is.
Studios.
It really is. It's kind of like it reminds me of like the classic summer movie vibes that we all grew up with, like E.T. or The Sandlot or
Yes.
Jumanji. It's a really, really great movie. You can become a premium Angel Guild member because it's from Angel Studios, and you can see Sketch on their Members Guild app, and then you can check out the entire streaming library because all of their movies are awesome. I was not ready for how much I actually was gonna like Sketch because we watch these things before everybody else gets to see them. And I was like, okay, it's going to be a kid movie, but it really wasn't. I mean, it was a kid movie that I could watch with young kids or teenagers or adults, but it was really good. I actually really, really liked it. And it did remind me of like the old school movies that we grew up with. And Angel Studios has brought back those kind of movies, which I love because movies suck now, you guys. They totally are not
wholesome.
Right. They're not good anymore. I mean, like, I don't take my daughter to the movies as much as I used to. And that makes me sad because I used to love the movies. And I think Angel Studios, they are bringing that back, which I love. Sketch is about a little girl that she drops her sketchbook into this magical pond and her drawings come to life. And it's just, the visuals are great. The cast is great. It has just the right amount of like scary to it to make it a fun watch, but it's also appropriate for little kids. And then, like I said, teens and adults. And I loved it. I really, really liked it a lot. So I like that they put out quality stuff that has substance and purpose. And I think Sketch is probably one of their best yet. So you can become a premium Angel Guild member. Just check out Sketch on the Angel app. And then you can get full access to the whole entire streaming library. It is the perfect way to check out all of their stuff. Just head to angel.com/chicks. You can get all of the perks at angel.com/chicks. Do it. You're going to love it, you guys. They have great stuff.
All right, let's talk about JD Vance, who caused some consternation over the weekend. And it's because of a reply that he made to one of X's most disgusting people, Brian Krasenstein.
Cannot stand
and
him.
You can see the exchange right here. JD kicked it off by saying, killing cartel members who poison our fellow citizens is the highest and best use of our military, referring, of course, to that boat that like our military exploded that was carrying fentanyl and 11 drug lords in it. And Brian Krasenstein, because he's a liberal and wants to defend indefensible people,
Right.
said killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is called a war crime. And JD's response was simply, I don't give a shit what you call it.
Exactly. None of us do, Brian. It's just these people are like, they defend, like you said, the indefensible. I just don't get it.
Rand Paul, not happy with JD about this at all, and decided to take to X to criticize him, saying, JD, I don't give a shit Vance says killing people he accuses of a crime is the, quote, highest and best use of the military.
For crying
Did
out
he
loud.
ever read To Kill a Mockingbird? Did he ever wonder what might happen if the accused were immediately executed without trial or representation? What a despicable and thoughtless sentiment it is to glorify killing someone without a trial.
I can't.
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing with this? Honestly,
Why is he defending drug lords? Why?
I know, right? I'd venture to say that a lot of us out here know someone who's died from a fentanyl overdose. At the very least, I don't even go to Mexico anymore, you guys. Like,
Oh my
it's
God,
just,
I haven't been in years.
right? It used to be one of our favorite places to go vacation. I don't go there. We don't go there anymore. We just don't. And I mean, cartels are terrorists. That's what I consider them as. They're terrorists. So I just think that this is ridiculous. This tweet is ridiculous. Can we just
It
not?
is.
Can we not?
Well, and then Bernie Moreno responded back to Rand Paul, and he was absolutely correct when he said what's really despicable is defending foreign terrorist drug traffickers who are directly responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of Americans in Kentucky and Ohio. JD understands that our first responsibility is to protect the life and liberty of American citizens.
I agree 100% with Bernie.
This is not hard.
Right. I mean, and you know, let's just remember too that JD, he's the first Marine to ever serve as vice president of the United States. I mean, the guy, I think he understands like responsibility in protecting American citizens. I don't know about Rand Paul. I'm assuming he didn't serve. I
have no idea.
I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that he did, but you know, JD just has a different sensibility about him, and I like it. I like it.
Yeah, same. And it's funny because there were so many predictions, I think by Babylon Bee and other folks saying when Trump, you know, had that boat exploded, there were all kinds of people going, just wait, you're going to see Democrats defending the drug lords. Just watch, you're going to see it. And they are. And it's absolutely amazing. Joe Walsh, who used to be a Republican congressman back in the day, did just that, saying, thankfully, most Americans do give a shit. And thankfully, most Americans are better than you. Keep it up, little man. This is what he's saying to JD Vance. You, Hegseth, and Trump keep trying so hard to be big, tough guys. You're waking up the American people, thankfully.
I'm glad.
An idiot.
I'm so glad. I'm glad to see tough guys in there doing what needs to be done, as opposed to a feeble old man that has no idea what the F is going on, while other beta males are running the country and his crackhead son. This is a great change. Believe me, Joe.
The memes that were coming out of this whole storyline with JD they were just excellent. Like, I love this one so much where it just says, I don't give a shit what you call it. You and I used to use this one all the time when it used to be okay to be like unalive yourself, and that was the
we had it hanging up in our office. Do you remember? We had that hanging up. It's so inappropriate.
So they turned JD into it. I just love that so much. And then let's see, what is the next one? Oh yeah. The Right to Bear Memes created this one of Brian Krasenstein's face. It says, show me on the doll where JD Vance's words hurt you. And he's like, right here in my mangina.
It's my mangina. I'm Brian Krasenstein, and this is my mangina.
Oh my God, I love that. And then somebody took the quote of JD and it says, when the Starbucks barista corrects me after I order a large coffee.
Oh my God. That is so great. I actually saw some guy do that the other day. Like, he comes in and he's some just burly dude walking into Starbucks. I was waiting for my drink and he just comes in. He's like, yeah, I need a large, like whatever, you know, probably black coffee or whatever. And the lady's like, it's a venti. He is, yeah, I'll just have a large. you could tell he was not having it. He just wasn't having it. And I was like, yeah, I respect that. I totally respect that. It is large. I wanted to salute the guy. Love it. I don't give a shit what you call it. Nobody does.
Oh my God. So good. Well, our friend Scott Jennings was asked about this entire controversy by Jake Tapper, and here is how he responded.
Well, I'll give you my political view of how I think most Americans are going to view it, most Republicans certainly, and that is that societal decline is a choice. And when you let people come into the country by the millions, when you let drugs flow over the border and you just say, well, let's just get them here and then see how the bureaucracy sorts it out, most people want a more aggressive response. Societal decline is a choice. And they see this illegal immigration problem and this drug flow problem as part of overall societal decline. And they are hoping and looking for and happy with Trump and Vance taking a muscular response to this. These are transnational terrorist organizations. We have to stop thinking of these people like they are just jaywalkers. They're not. They're terrorists. If Middle Eastern terrorists were on a boat trying to come into the United States with materials that would kill hundreds of thousands or millions of people, we would bomb them into the Stone Age or to the bottom of the ocean, which is what we did with this boat. We have to think of them that way. They are terrorists. They're coming to terrorize our communities, kill our children, and create societal decline in the United States.
There's a clip of JD Vance saying that I can't remember when it was, but he said the UK would be the first Islamist country with a nuclear weapon. And people were like, oh my God, that's terrible. But now it's like, I mean, he's right.
Yeah.
He's kind of right, because they're taking over. You know what I mean? And so there's a lot of stuff that JD says that people are like, it's just terrible that he said that. But a lot of us are like, I'm thinking it. I mean, I'm thinking it. He just says it out loud. He just says it out loud. And Scott is right. He's totally right. If terrorists, any kind of terrorists, which the cartels are terrorists, any kind of terrorists on a boat with a bunch of material that's going to kill us, and we're like, we're going to go ahead and we're going to just end them. And
we're going to process them at the border. Is that what Democrats are suggesting?
Yeah, they want due process. Okay, like seriously, get bent. We're not going to do that. Like, stop it. And you know what? If it were Obama, or if it were Biden, or if it were Hillary Clinton or somebody that were saying we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and detonate them in the water, they'd be cheering it on. But the fact that it's Trump, they don't like it. That's why they think it's terrible. And you have to screw you.
Well, and the fact that it requires even saying out loud that we need to reframe how we're thinking about the terrorists. I can't believe that that Scott even has to say that there are people that need convincing that terrorists are bad. Yeah. I mean, like, what is your problem? If you don't already know that inherently, you've got problems.
Well, look at what's happened in this country with Hamas.
Yeah.
We already have a problem with the way that we look at terrorists. And well, not us, but a lot of people in this country are like, oh, the poor terrorists.
They need some due process.
They need due process, you guys, and a cookie.
Yeah, exactly. So Lara Trump did an interview with JD Vance over the weekend, and she referenced a quote from his book, Hillbilly Elegy, which if you haven't read it, you should. It's way better than the movie.
Good.
The movie's fine, but the book is excellent. And it's just really, really interesting because it was 10 years ago, essentially, that he released that book. And she reminded him of a quote from it, which was super interesting. Here she is, and here he is talking about it.
You originally from a memoir, Hillbilly Elegy.
Sure.
And in that memoir, in the introduction, you wrote, I'm 31 years old, and I have accomplished nothing great in my life. I'm not a senator, governor, or former cabinet secretary. So, what would Vice President JD Vance say to that 31-year-old JD Vance, having done all the things you now have today?
I don't know. I guess I'd say, man, it's been a hell of a ride the last 10 years because I just turned 41. So it's been almost exactly 10 years since the book came out. And the book was such a great blessing to me because it introduced me to all these people. And really, I think without the book, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. But, I guess what I wish I could go back and tell my 31-year-old self is, just enjoy the ride because it really has been an incredible journey these last 10 years. We've had 3 kids since that time. And I became a senator. I became a vice president. I obviously got to get a really front seat to some of the incredible things that your father-in-law is doing and has been doing over the past 7 months. So it's amazing. And I have enjoyed the ride, but I might go back and tell myself enjoy it a little bit more because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, you're proof of that for sure, right? I know. It's amazing.
Yeah. Who is it? Gilda Radner that said, life is delicious ambiguity. It's so true. You got to just, I miss her too. You got to enjoy it, man. You just have to enjoy it. You never know what's going to happen, you know?
So I don't think Lara is ready to be in our don't F with your face segment.
She's not. She's getting there though.
But she is at risk. I'm just going to say
very
that.
close.
She is at
very
risk.
close. Yeah. Cause if you see pictures of her from like 15 years ago, it's very different.
It's just, it looks so
pillowy,
filled. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a My Pillow. Very.
It is kind of like a My Pillow.
Right.
So JD also talked about gratitude, and he's just a lovely person. And
he
so
really is. Yeah.
He just really is. So here's another great clip from that interview.
I never take this for granted, right? When I sit in the Oval Office with the President of the United States and we're on the call with some foreign leader, I constantly remind myself, I wasn't supposed to be here. I'm here by the grace of God and a lot of really good relatives, people who stuck by me. And you ask, how did I get through it? I think that the one thing that really helped me, I'll say two things. First of all, I was always a person of very strong faith. And I was raised by a grandmother who, we didn't go to church a whole lot, but she prayed every day. She read the Bible every day. And she gave me this sense that there was some purpose to this. We might not understand it. God works in mysterious ways, but there was some deeper meaning to what we were experiencing. And that gave me the perseverance to go through it. But it also just this feeling of gratitude. You know, when I thought about my grandma, who should have been enjoying her golden years, retiring, taking things easy, but she was taking care of me. She was dealing with the various addictions and problems that were going on with her kids. I just remember thinking, even when I was a little kid, Mama she makes it possible. Like, she's the person who puts food on the table. She's the person who puts clothes on my back. And it's one of the great blessings is that I had enough insight even as a teenager to recognize that I owed this person a lot. And I think that feeling of gratitude is probably one of the great gifts that I had growing up, the recognition that I needed her, that I relied on her, and that without her I wouldn't have been anywhere. And that's the one thing when I meet kids who suffer from adversity, who have tough homes, sometimes, like a lot of times, much tougher lives than I had, I always remind them, try to feel gratitude. Because even if you're in the toughest possible circumstance, there is somebody in your life that is going that extra mile. If you feel gratitude towards them rather than resentment at all the people who didn't give you what they were supposed to give you, I think that makes it much easier to get through the day.
God, he's so right.
Isn't that I love that whole sentiment.
It's so wonderful. He's so right. It makes such a huge difference. Gratitude is so incredibly powerful.
It's a mind, it can be a mind shift.
Yeah.
But when you make the shift, it's just better.
It's life-changing, as evidenced by him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at that turnaround. He went from thinking he has accomplished nothing to like way over exceeding everything
Not only
he
that,
probably ever thought.
but you look at his childhood, and it's a kid that grew up in that situation, and because he was a positive kid and in teenager and young adult filled with gratitude, look what he ended up doing. That speaks volumes. It makes a difference. Teach that to your children and your grandchildren. Gratitude is everything.
I love that. And he also talked about what it is like to work with the Energizer bunny that is Donald Trump.
The thing I've learned just working with him like every day is he doesn't have an off switch. Like, sometimes the president will call you at 12:30 or at 2 in the morning, and then he'll call you at 6 in the morning about a totally different topic. It's like, Mr. President, did you go to sleep last night? Like, what is going on here? And, he says that's been one surprise. I think the second, I don't know if I'd call it a surprise, but certainly something that I've learned is a little bit related to what I said earlier. He really does empower his people to do things. Right. And that's the vice president's the weirdest role in the government, because the president's clearly defined. The cabinet secretaries are clearly defined. House and Senate members. The vice president is very much at the discretion of the president. Like, if the president wants to empower the vice president, then he can do that. If the president wants to not talk to the vice president at all, he could do that. And what's made this so much fun is the president all the time is just saying, JD, you go and do this, or JD, you go and talk to these leaders about this particular issue, or, oh, you really care about this? No, you can do it. You don't have to have me looking over you all the time. And there is this trust, and you see it with the president, Secretary Rubio. You see it with the president, Susie Wiles, with Steve Witkoff, our special envoy, who's done such a good job. He's very willing to say, this is what I want done. You go and do it. Report back, or ask me for help if you need it. But that ability to delegate and trust his people has been really amazing.
I think that stems back to his corporate experience. Don't you think?
And just learning from the first term,
right?
When he can trust people.
Precisely. Yeah. I think the combination of the two has just made him such a incredibly effective president, especially the second time around. I think he was effective the first time around, and then COVID. But then this time, I mean, he is on his game. But I mean, you just didn't see that a lot with a lot of other presidents, the delegation and the way that they run it. I mean, he runs the country like a company, which is the way it should be run, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's weird now to think that Donald Trump's first vice president was Mike Pence. Like, it's just
right
night and day
totally
between what we have had then and what we have now. It's the reason for my name today. And Mike Pence was on one of the TV shows talking a lot about JD. And this reporter actually asked him if he was jealous, which I thought was hilarious. Here is that conversation.
We've mentioned JD Vance. I saw a smile flicker across your face there. Do you think he's having a bigger role than you did? Are you jealous?
I'll always count it a privilege to have been vice president with President Donald Trump. I'm proud of the record that we created. I pray for the president often. I pray for the vice president, and I wish them well. But I don't spend a lot of time in the rearview mirror. I'm always eyes forward, always focused on those values that have always drawn me into public life.
He's so jealous.
He's incredibly jealous. And that is, it's just such a Pence answer, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh my
It's
gosh. Like,
so
so
political,
Pensy.
so Pensy.
So Pensy.
Right. And it is, when you say night and day, it is absolute night and day. He is such an establishment guy.
Mhm,
And
yes.
JD is the antithesis of establishment, which is precisely what we wanted. We
Yeah.
got what we wanted.
That's right. We
Mhm.
absolutely did. Back in late August, there was an absolutely horrific murder that took place on a subway in Charlotte, just up the road from us, and actually 10 minutes away from where my kid goes to school. This is a horrifying story about actually a Ukrainian refugee who was brutally murdered for absolutely no reason, just simply for existing. And she was murdered by an absolute psychopath who the judicial system let out over and over and over again. And the story is oddly not getting the kind of coverage that it should. And so we wanted to make sure to spotlight it. Here is a news report, in case you haven't heard the story, here's a news report that shows not anything too horrible, but shows what happened on that train.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown. She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too's just minding her own business. They ride along for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up and from behind, unprovoked as we stop the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself.
Oh my God.
The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened.
Oh my God.
Until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail.
It's just the most unbelievable story. And this guy, of course, had a rap sheet a mile long.
Right.
And then the mayor, this Democrat mayor, is like not even acknowledging the victim at all in any of her statements. Instead, talking about, we just really need to, we can't arrest our way out of issues like this. I mean, really concerned about the fact that that killer was homeless, not at all concerned about the actual victim. I mean, the reaction has just been insane.
Yeah, it's as inconvenient for the media as Lake and Riley's story was.
Exactly.
This just pisses me off. We didn't hear about the story for 2 weeks. And you know what? It's a public safety issue.
Of course it is.
They need to tell the public about this stuff. It is the media's responsibility to tell the public, hey, this happened. Because you need to make sure that you're aware. You need to make sure that when you get on the train, you don't have your earbuds in, you're looking around. I mean, that was another thing that I noticed about that video. Obviously, we saw that nobody saw that it was even happening to this woman because everybody's so in their own. That is a public safety issue. The fact that this man was like arrested a gajillion times. We need to start judging these judges. Seriously.
Well, and there needs to be consequences for the judges, just like there would be for a bar owner who keeps giving somebody drinks who ends up killing somebody. There are consequences for that bar owner. And so the same should be true for these DAs, these judges. This is ridiculous. The guy had been arrested 13 times, 2 of which were for assaulting women. And then in January of this year, some idiot judge, Teresa Stokes, allowed him to be released on no cash bail.
God.
And then his defender, his lawyer, questioned his mental capacity. And the judge in that case ordered a forensic evaluation and allowed the guy to stay on the street. And now we've seen what happened. They need to be held accountable too.
And I guarantee you that Teresa Stokes, she's protected by armed bailiffs.
Yes.
Every time she walks into that courtroom, she's got armed people around her. She's protected. You know what? She needs to be on that damn train. We need to make sure that she doesn't get to, she can't travel by car. Put her on that subway. Put her ass on that subway. This is the stuff that drives me crazy. It's easy for her to let that guy out on bail. On seriously, no cash bail. What is that about?
I know. It's such an idiotic method of having this. So stupid. It's so stupid.
Right? And then the fact that they didn't talk about this for 2 weeks.
And they're still not. There's a lot of outlets that still aren't. I mean, you do a search on New York Times for Daniel Penny, you're going to get like 72 billion hits. You do a search on DeCarlos Brown, there's nothing.
Nothing.
At least there wasn't yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's
insane.
So inconvenient for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to think that this woman came over here, she was a refugee from Ukraine because she thought Charlotte, North Carolina would be a safe place for her to go. Can you imagine?
It's just awful. Absolutely awful. And then that mayor, that ridiculous, stupid mayor, is thinking about safety. She says, and I quote, "I've been thinking hard about what safety really looks like in our city, and I remain committed to doing all we can to protect our residents and ensure Charlotte is a place where everyone feels safe." Well, then you've got some work to do with your stupid ass judges, because they are screwing this up for everybody.
That's really nice for you that you can sit and think. You know who can't think is that poor woman.
Right.
She can't sit and think today because she's not here with us. God,
there were actually GoFundMes that were set up for the criminal, for the murderer in that case. I know. I couldn't believe it. And people were donating to them until finally GoFundMe was alerted about it and they took him down because you're not supposed to. I don't even know why you would defend him.
Who are these people that are giving to him?
Isn't it insane?
That is indefensible. Who are these people? Oh my God.
Probably just people who see, oh, he's a black man. That was a white woman. So I'm going to just automatically
defend the black man.
The side of the black man. Yeah.
Because
it's crazy.
I see everything through the prism of race. Shame on you.
It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's a bunch of white liberal women. That's who it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
Good Lord.
All right. Moving on to something a little more lighthearted, although still completely disturbing. If you are a fan of the Phillies, then you may have seen the Karen that everybody was talking about this weekend, who was very, very upset that a father of a young boy, a Phillies fan, who retrieved a ball that had gotten into the stands that they were sitting in for his son. This white liberal woman, I know she's liberal just because you can tell.
Oh, we know. Yeah, people were trying to find her this weekend.
Yeah,
she's a liberal. Yeah,
yeah. So she decided she wanted that ball instead of the young boy. She decided that because she had tried to make a play for it too, didn't get it, and then was all pissed off at the dad for stealing her ball. We've got a couple different angles of what happened. Here's the first one. You can't hear anything in this one, but you will in a second one. But here's what happened sort of from a 30,000 foot. Imagine being that way over a ball.
Yeah, I mean, I can't.
And he gives it back to her.
Well, yeah. I mean, I imagine being a woman that takes a ball away from a child. Like, who is that? My husband, he was like, listen, you don't F with crazy and you don't F crazy. Those are two rules. And so that guy, he did the right thing. He totally did the right thing because you just don't do that, right? And then who won?
A lot of people are mad at the dad. They're saying the dad was a pussy. He should have stood up for the boy and said, we're keeping this ball, it's ours.
No.
And
look who won. Who won this weekend?
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah, family did.
So here's a second view of it where you can actually hear what the Karen is saying, and somebody calls Unbelievable.
Somebody said, is this right? Somebody said she's a school superintendent. Is that real?
Okay, we're going to get to that because we don't know, but we'll get to the rumors about that in just a second. The last view of it is a super slow-mo view where a lot of people are saying she never even had her hands on the ball because she was holding her cell phone and she never actually touched the ball. Here is the super slow-mo version. I mean, that dad had it. Like, it was his.
Listen, even if the dad didn't have it, if I were in that seat and he was giving it to his son, you let the kid have it.
Right.
That's the right thing to do. There's no question. If there's a child there and you give it to the child, you hag. What is wrong with these people? That's just an unspoken rule, right?
I know.
Oh my God.
So she obviously didn't mind being caught out as a Karen, and she like flipped the bird to somebody who was taking her picture afterwards. Now there was a rumor, I still don't know if it's true, that her name was Leslie Ann Kravitz and that she's a school administrator in New Jersey. But after that came out, because there were a couple different people that were named, according to at least Meta's AI program, they say that Leslie Ann Kravitz has been misidentified as Philly's Karen, and that the incident occurred on the 5th in Miami, where a woman mistakenly identified as Leslie Ann Kravitz was seen disputing a home run ball with the father and son. The school district has denied any connection to the real Leslie Ann Kravitz, stating that she's never been an employee of the district. There was another woman named Cheryl Richardson Wagner who was also identified initially as the Phillies Karen, and she has come forward and said that that's not me and she's actually a Red Sox fan. So I don't know who it actually is. I don't know that she's been properly identified as of yet. But as you said, the boy ended up being the winner.
Totally.
And the Phillies, there was a Phillies marketing lady who came up to him in the stands with a gift basket, and then he was able to meet one of the players.
So we brought you a cool little goodie bag.
And everybody loved it because everybody knew what a hag she is.
Yeah.
God bless her.
Isn't that your birthday yet?
Couple days.
Oh, okay.
Couple days.
And then he met the player and he got a signed bat from that player, which is way better than a ball, if you ask me.
And did you see the family got an RV?
That from that Marcus guy, that CEO guy. Yeah.
The family got a freaking RV. Yeah. I mean, I
and
feel
World
like
Series tickets.
the family the family did okay. Yeah, the family did okay in this situation. Again, you don't F with crazy and you don't F crazy. There was a lesson for that boy. Just stay away from crazy, son. Okay? Stay away from it. Don't marry it. Don't date it. Don't get near it.
And then because this was just such a crappy Karen move, I thought, you know what? We need a reminder of how precious people can be when they catch balls at baseball games. We have two examples. You've probably seen them before. We may have even showed them on this show before. But here is what it ought to look like when people are doing the right thing.
There it is. I was rooting for the girl myself.
See?
She wins in the end.
That's what you do.
It's kids, you guys. That's
This
how
is
it ought
the
to go.
thing. That is how it should go.
Mm-hmm.
Always give it
God,
to
I
the
just
kid.
love that.
Mhm.
All right, let's get to some fun and ridiculous stuff, shall we? Because we've got
Yes.
some fun and ridiculous stuff. And the
do it.
first fun and ridiculous thing is that we're going to kick it off with some unusual baby names. There's I guess a
Oh.
new mom who has some ideas for baby names that she's not using. She doesn't want to gatekeep. So she is offering these into the ether. Here they are.
There are a few more baby names that we absolutely love and decided not to use. Chernobylinda, beautiful, toxic baby girl's name, but Mihan and Moe. Dirigibilinda for a bigger girl, a baby girl, maybe 10 pounds or more, but really good personality, just kind of a bigger baby girl. Illiterachel, pretty little girl, can't read good.
Can't read good.
Can't read
Illiterachel.
good. Illiterachel. Can't read good.
Oh my God, I love that. Also, I think I've played for you a video of this pile of Labradors. And when I'm talking a pile, it is a pile. Like it's a pile where you can't tell how many there actually are. And this woman, this happens at the house all the time with this woman's labs. I don't know why they cuddle the way they do, but she was addressing a comment that she received. And anyway, here she is.
Okay, I've had a million comments about how it's always Sway at the bottom and how lucky she is and how comfy she must be. So this is Sway.
How many are
I'm
there?
not entirely sure the face says comfortable. Donut! And I know lots of you really want to see how they get into these positions. I swear it happens when I blink. Like there'll be one lab, I'll blink. There's two labs, I'll blink. There's a third lab, I'll blink. And then it's like, hang on a minute, is there four?
Oh my God.
Yeah, basically what happens is Sway, bless her, she'll go and get comfy, she'll lay down, and then one by one, the others will just pile on top.
Mark, you need that.
I mean,
Oh my God.
it's beyond me. I can understand cuddling up, but this is weird.
No, it's not.
And before anyone blames the evil donut,
oh no.
this side of the sofa was completely empty when this happened.
Sway is missing.
Where is she?
Where's Sway gone?
Is she on the bottom? Are there four?
Sway?
Yeah.
And this is what I mean.
She's in there.
I wasn't looking. Oh, there she is.
Oh my God.
Oh no. It's bundle time.
Oh my God.
No.
I love it. It's not too many
You can
dogs.
smell it. You can
I know.
smell
I can
it
smell
through
it.
the
Smells
screen.
like a giant Frito bag. No,
Right?
five is a good number. We've had 5. It's not too many dogs. Never too many dogs.
That's not even a thing. Too many dogs. What
Oh
do
my
you think
God.
is
Harley
that?
Cat said, those are big dogs. Have you ever seen a Great Dane? Those are small dogs. Yeah.
Also, you are about to hear a Louis Capaldi song sung by 3 absolutely incredible sisters. I just thought they were so immensely talented that I just couldn't help but share it because I love me a good voice. And these are 3 sisters who, gosh, the way they sing together, I've just never heard anything like. Aren't
They're
they
good.
so good?
They're really good. Somebody's saying they're
love them.
skeptical. It looked like they were lip syncing. Everybody's saying it looks like they were lip
Okay.
syncing. I don't know. I mean, they look like
What is the point? I mean, okay, so they were lip syncing to themselves.
Right.
Like,
I know, right?
okay.
Uh-huh.
Why? Don't be that person. Like, don't be Captain
It was
Bring Down.
beautiful. It was beautiful, and I love their caps.
I know, their little bonnets were so cute.
Mhm.
Anyway, I just love that. And then also to cap off our My Pillow Talk segment, we have another video from Rockstar, which is always so good. And this is unusual because I don't think I've ever seen him do voiceovers with horses before. But you and I love the song Pony by Genuine. So the fact that he's using it, it's perfect.
I'm just a don't start bachelor. Boy, you ain't genuine, you genuine. Looking for a partner. Not me. Not me. Say. What? Come here. If your horse says let's do it. Bye, boy. Ride it. My pony. My saddle. Waiting. Coming. Jump on it.
Third guy is doing the beatbox. Oh my God, I love him.
Isn't
I
it
just
great?
love him. Yes.
Just cracked me up.
God.
All right, I don't
That one
think
was not lip sync, you guys. That was real. Those are real horses talking.
that was absolutely real.
That was
Let me double
absolutely real.
check on our Venmo because I don't think I saw anything. No. Okay, you're ready. It's all you.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing. It's already me. God, that was quick.
It's
All
already
right.
you. I don't see anything.
Marcy Parallels, good morning. Hope you both had a wonderful weekend. Looking forward to a fantastic week. Thank you for lighting up our lives. Much love. Thank you, Marcy. Samantha
you.
Capehart, I left dirty Maryland to work in Florida this weekend. Wow, was it clean and lovely. I wonder what the difference is. And Halloween starts September 1st. Yes. The difference is Ron DeSantis. Brian Brumley. Several in the chat have identified what Gavin has is targive dyskinesia. Yes, we were close, right? Is it targive? Yes.
I don't think it's targive. I think it's
tardive with a D.
Tardive, yeah.
Tardive dyskinesia. Maybe, but in my humble opinion, they still need to ask him, why are you gay? Lady Shenandoah. In Maryland, a 19-year-old girl was abducted and killed by an illegal, and now there is an ICE detainer on him, and I am waiting for them to defend him just like Kilmar. So over this crap. Paula Johnson, JD did not say he did not give a shit about killing without due process. He said he did not give a shit what he called it. It's a very good
I don't know
point,
why
Paula.
there's anybody that's trying to make it something the quote clearly was, I don't give a shit what you call it. And I think he specifically meant you, Brian Krasenstein, because you're a freaking idiot.
But you know what? To be honest with you, I don't really give a shit if terrorists get due process. I'm
same.
Just putting that out there. I mean, he may not give a shit about what people call it, but I don't care if they get due process. Just FYI, just so people are clear how I feel. Reba Henry, I think we need to send Wade Miller down to Mexico and let him sit with the cartel.
Who's Wade Miller?
I was going to ask you that. I thought maybe you knew.
I accidentally don't know who that is.
Okay, all right. We'll have to figure that out. Paula Johnson, not defending the woman, but video shows ball falling in her area and dad had to walk a distance to scoop it up. Still, she should have given it to the kid. She's
he was in his row. He was like in his few rows. Like, who cares if he had to walk a little?
Plus, she's a biatch.
Gotta be quicker.
Teresa Raimundo, why would anybody be upset with the dad protecting his son from a crazy fan looking like the devil? He took the high road and presented a good example instead of both of them looking like total fools. Love you both. Yeah, I don't know what people expect him to do. Punch her in the face?
Or just keep it. I think people just expected him to be like, go away, you psycho. We're keeping
Yeah,
it
because that would have escalated. She's crazy. She is a lunatic. And that dad handled it the best way he knew how to handle it, I think. And he handled it beautifully. Lori Weens, had 2 phone interviews this week, Thursday and Friday. Prayers appreciated.
Yay!
We're praying for you, Lori.
Yay!
Okay, I have like one present and a couple of things I just want to shout out at the end. So we're going to bring it in.
Okay.
We're going to bring it in. If you want to stick around, you can stick around. I just have a few things I want to share with everybody. Okay. First thing, I just wanted to, my birthday was last week. Was it my birthday last week? I think it was.
Was it the week before?
I can't remember.
Seems like it was so long ago already.
August 27th. It may have been the week before that. Yeah. But this is from Lynn Miller. She got me a pillow. She got me the same one that you got.
I love that
Isn't
pillow
it
so
cute?
much.
This will be so nice in my cabin. in the America room. I love that. So thank you so much. It was very sweet. And I got some cards from people like Karen Ann Stoner. And I got another letter from, let's see. I wanted to show this one especially because I thought this was really neat because Wanda Pritzkel, she actually, is it Pritical? Is that how you, is it Pritical? She painted this. Like the back of it says, yeah, the back of it says hand painted by Wanda. She doesn't say that, but the back of it says that. And so it's a blue bonnet. It's really beautiful. And she wrote me this lovely card.
Yeah.
Like the fact that she makes her own cards, I just wanted to point that out because that's an art. Like I buy cards at the drugstore.
I cannot do anything of the kind.
Right? So that's
not
beautiful.
crafty.
So thank you so much for that. And thank you for all the birthday wishes again, you guys. It's going to be a really interesting September.
But give an update on the patient.
He's doing great. He's doing really well. He thinks he's going to be driving in like 2 days. And I keep telling him that he's not, but he's that guy that doesn't pay attention to limitations. You know what I mean? But we're doing great. We're doing great. There's just a lot of driving that I'm having to do. So just pray for him and keep praying for me because I may be insane by the end of this month. So we'll see how that goes. Everybody have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.
Okay. Did you get the thing from